Going into this year, knowing you're going to be a starter and the expectations that come with that?
It's a little different. Coming in as a rookie, you kind of trying to fill it out. You don't know what to expect. There wasn't. There's nothing that you can really guide through to say this is how I'm supposed to come into it. But having a year under my belt, I know what to expect from myself and what my teammates expect from me. And I'm excited going into this season, knowing that I'm gonna get to be the number one, and I'm gonna get all that look, all that pressure, and I'm excited about that. And I want my teammates to look at me as that leader and that guy that's gonna assume that role and take it and go with it as long as I possibly can.
What's your interaction with Joe Flacco been to this point?
It's been good. I actually walked up to him and he was like, "Man, you got so much energy." I was like, "Hey, get used to it." 'Cause, I'm just excited. I get excited waking up in the morning. So being able to come here and this be my job and get to be in an organization like this, it's an exciting thing for me. So I told him, get used to it because you're gonna get a lot of it.
What was your main focus this offseason heading into your second year?
It was a lot of position-specific stuff. So I went down and I was training down in Florida with my guy Tony Villani, and he's a big speed guy. And one thing I really wanted to work on leaving out of the season was, getting my speed to a different spot, being able to be explosive after the ball gets in my hand, not just be a guy that's a possession catch guy, being able to get that yak and be explosive with it, get the ball in the end zone. So I worked a lot with him and worked on being able to turn into a running back when I get the ball in my hands and not just a possession guy. So that was a really big thing for me. And with that came with footwork and ball skills. And, there was some plays that, I feel like I should have made. But, I knew what I needed to work on. And I went into the offseason working on those things. And I'm going to continue to work on them. So I have a long offseason, a long summer, and then hit training camp full speed.
You were the number one the last 4 games of last season. What did you take away from that? What did you learn from it? Because the team didn't do so well during those.
It was a lot of learning lessons. A lot of what's expected of a number one, and I'm taking all of those lessons that I learned from those last 4 games and taking them into this season and taking those expectations and gonna run with them. And now that I know what's expected of me, I'm gonna make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do.
What were some of those lessons you were talking about?
Assuming that number one role, you can't go into a game and have 1 or 2 catches. You got to go into a game and be that guy. Every day, and that's something that I know, and I accept that role, and I'm looking forward to being able to be a guy that gets the 7-8 plus targets going into the game, knowing that I'm gonna get those and be able to make 7 to 8 plus catches at minimum, hopefully going into a game and being that guy. That's just one of the smallest things that I recognized and I noticed leaving out of those last 4 games and gonna take into this next season.
Was it adjustment the way they use press coverage in the NFL based on what you came from in college, and is that something now having that experience makes it easier in year 2?
The press coverage thing, I'm pretty sure a lot of the defenses, they probably thought that the press coverage is going to be something that bothered me. I have an amazing coach. Coach Azani's a great teacher and a great technician, and he always presses me to understand why I need to learn how to use certain things, and he shows me receivers that are doing it now in the league at a high level, and receivers that did do it at a high level. And I get to watch that tape and break it down and understand why I need to do certain things to be able to beat the press coverage, the off coverage, all the different coverages that I'm going to see. Because in order to be a true number one, I have to make sure that I'm beating every coverage that defense throw at me. So that was just one coverage in particular that I think I was able to beat, and defense weren't able to say, okay, we can use this to limit him in the game.
You played with, but how much of a benefit is it having Zach back as your position coach?
It's amazing. It's amazing. He's such a teacher, and that's one thing I really enjoy. I had a teacher in college as well. Coach Justin Stubb was the same way, and I really appreciate that from Coach Azani. He doesn't let us slack off on our technique. He doesn't let us slack off on learning the game and growing mentally, not only physically, because everyone is physically gifted in NFL. We wouldn't be here. It's all about, at some point it becomes mental, and you have to be able to play the game really fast mentally. And he's one coach that's been harping on me about the mental side of the game. There's always, like I said, there's guys who are physically out there being beasts. I'm pretty sure everybody watched the combine. There are guys out there who look like transformers, and but the game comes down to a mental breaking it down mentally and being able to play the game fast mentally.
There were some questions about whether Emmanuel would be back. What was your reaction when the team picked up his option?
Oh man, I was excited. Emmanuel's a great leader, a great vet for our room, and I love being able to be around Emmanuel. I was just actually talking to him in a little bit in the locker room just about how exciting it is for this new offense, and he was telling me how he's played in similar offenses and telling me already starting to give me some of the insights of what he learned being in this type of offense before, and that just something like that is awesome because I've never been in an offense like Coach Rich's, so having somebody like Emmanuel who has been in something similar, being willing to break it down and help me understand the nuances of this offense and the benefits that come from being able to maximize certain things in this offense. I'm excited. I know he's really excited as well.
What are your initial impressions of the offense and Rich Scangarello?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's an offense that to the naked eye, it might seem like it might seem basic, but to us in it, we understand why we do certain plays. Every play has a reason. Every play has something that's gonna go with it, and that's the thing that I'm really excited about. It's not just gonna be for me. Anyone who's watched my game knows it's not all about pass game for me. I love run blocking. I love being able to help the running backs get to the next level, and seeing them score is just as exciting as watching another one of my receivers score. So he has a great game, a great offense, a great system that he runs, and he's had success a lot of places. And so being able to be in this offense, I'm really excited because I know not only receivers, our tight ends, our running backs, everyone's going to see some success being in this offense.
Courtland, it's difficult for rookies sometimes collectively to lead, but that was the tendency that you guys were going towards at the end of last season. Don't forget you saying, look at this 6-10 because this is the last time you're going to see it. How much more empowered do you think this group is collectively to step up and really take the reins of leadership with this franchise?
I think us as an entire class, like I said at the end of last season, we knew and we saw some things that we weren't happy with, and we kind of sat down and were like, look, we're not going to be rookies next year. We're still going to pay our respect as we should to the vets that are out there producing and doing the things they're supposed to do, the guys that are vetted into this league. However, we're not just going to sit back and, if we see something that's going wrong, we're going to say something and be able to voice our opinion. And that's one thing that I know not only myself but my entire class is excited about, being able to have an opinion and be able to say, we don't think this is good, or go to, but doing it in a respectful way, going to a guy in our room and saying, hey, look, we think that this isn't going in the right direction. We should probably correct this before it gets out of hand. So being able to have that opinion and have that 1 year under our belt is one thing that we're really excited about. We can already tell that some of the older guys are looking to us as like, hey, look, you're not rookies no more. Y'all got to come in and be willing to assume whatever role you're given, whether it's a one role, 2 role, 3 roles, special teams, whatever it is. We want y'all to come in and assume that role and do the best you possibly can. And if you turn into a leader of this team, you turn into a leader of this team, and you assume that role and you take it and you be the best leader you can possibly be.
Time for a few more. Working with Case last year, how long do you think it'll take to kind of get that chemistry with Joe this year?
Everything comes at a different pace. Right now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of just sitting down and us learning the playbook together, learning the playbook together, and then once we're able to get on the field, just the small things of him trying to understand all of the receiver speeds, because you can watch it on film, but getting out there is completely different. So him understanding receiver speeds, him understanding where the ball is going to be, and us understanding him, us learning him as well, because he's a taller quarterback, and we didn't have Case was a little like 6 foot, so seeing Flacco being a 6'5" guy, the ball's gonna come out different. He's gonna have different things that he likes to do in the pocket, different checks and all these different things. So us learning him learning us, it's gonna take time, and who knows when it's gonna click. Hopefully sooner than later, it'll click. We're just gonna take every practice as a learning day, and that's really it. Just growing every single day. That's the biggest thing. Taking it day by day and growing every single day.
Did anything surprise you about your rookie season, be it on field, off, whatever?
I wouldn't say anything really surprised me. I learned a lot of lessons. I got to see a lot of different things, and I'm taking all the things that I've learned on and off the field into, my career and going to grow and be able to pass that on to this next class and to that next class after that, next class after that, and just continue to learn and absorb as much as I possibly can because the league has a lot to offer. There's a lot of different things you can learn, a lot of different opportunities that go about, and so just taking every single thing I can and learn as much as I possibly can so I can, grow as much knowledge as I can so every class that comes in after, I'm able to pass some new knowledge off to them.
You're talking about some leadership in your class having played so much. Because you guys did play so much, there's got to be more expectation. Do you feel that as a class that, hey, you guys had good rookie season, but now you really have to build on that?
Definitely, 100%. And that's one thing. We're not shying away from it. We understand the things that we did last year, and we're growing on those things, and we're going to go into this next season. And like I said, we're going to assume whatever role we're given. If that means that we have 3 or 4 rookies with 3 or 4 guys in our class that are leaders that become leaders in their room or leaders of the team, it doesn't really matter. We're going to take those roles and we're going to grow and make sure to maximize them because at the end of the day, we're all trying to get to the same goal. We all want to win the Super Bowl, and whether it's a second-year guy that becomes a leader or it's a 8th, 9th, 10th year guy that's on the team that becomes a leader of the team, we all just want to win, and that's the biggest thing. We all want to win, and I think everybody's pride is going to get put aside if we see a guy in our class that's working his butt off and is trying to be that leader for the team, is doing everything the right way. I'm pretty sure no vet's going to say, oh, you're a second year, we're not going to use you as a leader. They're going to take that and say, this guy is doing everything the right way. We all need to follow what he's doing and follow those guidelines so that we can get to the same goal that we're all trying to get to, which is win the Super Bowl.
All right. Thanks, Courtland.
Thank you all.